I'm recommending in libraries that we change the name of the section from young adult novels to the love triangle section. Makes more sense.
I'm going with you. You're not gonna make it very far on your own.
What? Screw you, Evan.
Cassie,
Okay, I don't need you. I don't need
If you
anyone.
go,
Actually, no.
I'll just
If I
follow
need someone
you.
to carve a cane
You
for me
can't
or slap
stop
a
me.
band
How are
on
you
my
gonna
leg,
stop me?
I don't know. Maybe I'll shoot you.
What, like you shot that guy with the crucifix?
You read my journal.
I didn't think you were gonna live.
Touch me.
The Fifth Wave is yet another young adult novel turned into a movie and eventual movie series. This time starring Chloe Grace Moretz as a normal teenage girl whose life is turned upside down when aliens invade and start trying to pick off the humans so that they can live on our planet. What will happen when she and her family try to survive together? Let's find out with 5 things you might want to know before you see The Fifth Wave. Let's start with the good stuff first. This movie starts off really well. There's some fresh ways of getting us into this story. I actually felt the first maybe half hour to 45 minutes was very compelling. I was interested to see who these aliens were, what they were doing. I felt they made some creative choices. Plus, there's some decent effects work here. The movie feels bigger than I thought that it would. Almost feels like a summer blockbuster in some ways, even though it's kind of here in the middle of winter. So all that is good stuff right at the beginning that you're drawn into this world. There's also some really good performances here. Liev Schreiber's great. He's very stoic and military, so there's not a lot to do, but he plays it well. But of note is Chloe Grace Moretz. I thought she was wonderful here. The material isn't that great, so to see her kind of elevate that material really brought out to me that she is a fine actress, and I think one to watch out for. She does really good work here, emotional and nuanced in a way that I wasn't expecting. So we're off to a great start. Going to be a good movie, right? Feels like some fresh filmmaking, some good performances. No, unfortunately, it falls into the same trap of every other young adult novel adaptation that's come out. Hunger Games, Divergent, Twilight, Maze Runner, and so many more that I don't care to remember. It just falls into the same things. You've got the love triangle, of course, because you can't have a young adult movie without that. You've got this ragtag group of teenagers that we can all identify with the nicknames and the fun stuff. And of course, you've got the ending that results in what will obviously be an inevitable sequel or sequels that will come down the line because, of course, there's more books to put into movies and more money to be made. And that's the biggest problem with this film. It just feels like all of the others. And here's one of the major issues that happens when you pander to an audience instead of making an interesting movie. It all becomes predictable. You know exactly what's coming. In this case, not only did I know the plot twist that was heading our way, I knew the exact line and which character would deliver it. It was one of those things where you saw the scene in your head way before it happened because you knew it had to happen that way. That makes for a boring movie experience because then you're just waiting. Okay, can we finally get to the point where the big plot twist happens and then you tell me we need another movie to solve it? That's where we're headed. And when you know you're going there, it's just a boring ride. The point is, this alien invasion world could have been interesting. It's an interesting concept about what it's like to fight back against an alien invasion. But I've seen it done better so many times. And even recently on television, Falling Skies, if you haven't got a chance to watch that, is a much better representation of this story. Here's what's interesting. The acting's worse, right? The effects are worse. And yet it's a better experience. Why? Because it's a better told story. And at the end of the day, that's what engages an audience, and the story here just isn't engaging at all. Overall, The Fifth Wave is unfortunately a big miss. Starting good, but just cannot finish the job with more than a C+. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. We'll get to the best ever challenge here in a bit. Before we do, if you want to know more about what goes on here, a good way to do that is to click the info button right up here. That'll slide out with some links to other reviews, a link to the website, yourmoviefriend.com, also a way to support the channel if you want to do that. I also should mention that I Periscope. I don't get to every single movie with a YouTube review, but I do Periscope the ones that I miss. So you can find out what I thought about maybe The Boy this weekend or some others that I may not get to a full review on. You can also follow the podcast, SiftPop, SiftPop. Every Friday we get together and chat about movies, TV, pop culture, a lot of fun stuff. We have a a guest on every week as well. It's good times. So just subscribe, iTunes, Stitcher, however you do podcasts. You can find SiftPop, SiftPop. Okay, on to the best ever challenge. This is where you name the best movie ever in a particular category, then also try to identify my choice. Let's just go with alien invasion movies. What is the best alien invasion movie ever? For me, the one I enjoyed the most probably was the remake of the reimagining of a radio drama. Take a guess at mine in the comments and leave your choice there as well. By the way, the first person to get mine right does get a point. Thanks, and as always, here's 5 extra seconds to hit the subscribe logo, your movie friend logo, right down in this corner. Just click it, then you'll never miss another review.